Hello everyone, how are you? How are you doing? We're just gonna get ready for our weekly reading. Hold on a sec. Oh my gosh. There you are. So I hope everyone's having a good holidays. Happy holidays. This is gonna be our last weekly collective reading for the year of 2021. So this is a very much a reflective week. I think everyone's just trying to enjoy every day, the last bits of it, or reminisce, or just think of so much hard work that has happened, and especially just in general, if we're all here, we're all alive, any of you listening, congratulations, we've been through a lot. So I want to give us a really more in-depth weekly message. I felt called to use 3 decks, so we're gonna take our time with this one. This is probably going to be posted on YouTube, not on IG, just because there's a certain time limitation on these videos in IG. You can't go past 15 minutes, so we're going to do this on YouTube. Hello. Please like, share, subscribe. It really helps my channel, helps my message to spread to others. And just remember, use this weekly collective readings. Whatever resonates with you, take that with you. If it does not, if certain things does not, just let it go. It's just whatever messages you feel called to that resonates with your journey in this moment in time. And remember, use discernment. We're all grown folks here. Use discernment in your journey. Like I said, feel what works for you and what does not. Remember, this is not a one-size-fits-all journey for everybody. Certain messages will resonate, certain would not. So, like I said, take my words with a grain of salt and kindness. And please like, share, subscribe, share, whatever you feel like doing. Leave a comment. Let me know how any of it resonates with you. And also, if you like certain pick-up cards, comment down below. I would like to receive suggestions from you. Maybe I'll do some future pick-up cards or specific collective readings that some of you suggest. So let's get on with the weekly reading. So we're going to start first off with the Psychic Tarot. Yes, this is a deck I felt called to use for more or less the theme of the week, what will be happening. This is, and for our Oracle, like guidance cards, we're going to be using the Work Your Light deck. And I feel like this is going to be more or less, and this deck, they told me to include it. This is going to be like your check-in kind of confirmation deck, no bullshit deck. So this is the, hold on, let me see if I remember, the Rebel deck. So this is the Oracle of an Attitude. So I felt the need to use this week. I don't know why, but I've been called to, so I'm just gonna go with the flow. But yeah, whatever day you're listening to this, hello, how are you? I hope you're enjoying your day, or at least this could be a wind down time, you chilling with me, drinking your tea, your lemon water, your coffee, whatever it is. Hello, hello, hello. And yeah, let's get on with this weekly message for the last week of 2021. This is a big week. All right. So we're going to ask Spirit, what is the energy, the vibe for this week? Please don't drop no cards on the floor, please. So this is for collective. Okay. Interesting, interesting. All right. So I'm going to be pulling from the other decks as I go on. Okay, so we have here fertility. So a lot of us are learning to birth new ideas. I feel like specifically telling you that you have planted some seeds this year. Ideally, you had to go through some understandings. You had to go through some harsh beliefs or releases and closing doors on certain things in your life, and then opening doors of awareness. And I think with this awareness, you were able to plant seeds. And I feel like for most of you, you have an idea of where you want to go. So you're clearly having this planning phase, or you're stepping into this energy of birthing new ideas, maybe even new paths, new goals for your future in 2022. So this is clearly the energy that's happening right now, this rebirth. Also, plenty of you are stepping into your divine feminine and kind of being comfortable in your body, comfortable in your energy, comfortable in these deep analytical feelings, emotions, and deep understandings of who you are. And I think because of that, once again, we are doing this fertility birthing. Some of you may actually be pregnant. Not all of you. I'm not trying to scare you. But if you are a female, you might be pregnant. Some of you actually might be pregnant at this moment, or pregnant with new ideas, new understandings. And I feel like these ideas, passions, desires, whatever it is that's birthing within you that's not human, is something that's serving your purpose in your journey right now, or will soon serve your purpose in 2022. So any of you that are feeling that way, feeling like ideas are flowing, you're starting because I feel like there was a certain moment a lot of us had to pause and kind of focus on our internal emotional health and also physical health. Just really take pauses through the year to really focus on working on ourselves. And I think finally some of you are unpausing and you're starting to continue on with your journey. You're like, okay, I feel well enough to continue on doing what I feel works for me. And I think a lot of you are starting to get into that momentum. So I really feel like this planning, this thinking process, if some of you are not physically planning, you're thinking. And once again, thinking does turn into action. So do not be hard on yourself if you have not done anything as of yet. Once again, take it easy. We're not being hard on ourselves. We're learning to work with the flow. We're learning to work with what works with us if we have the energy and if we don't. So this is something that some of you will learn. So if you are feeling like, oh my God, why am I not doing this? Why am I not planning? Why am I not? Once again, we have to unpack that worker bee mentality and learn how to integrate moments of stillness and of healing and of recuperation. And I think at the end of this year, some of you are learning that. So you're learning to go when you feel the time is right and learning to sit and take a moment to yourself when that feels right. So once again, this is a reminder that whether you are doing something or not, you are in that energy of birthing, your energy of thinking of the future, thinking of what you would like to do, what you would like to attract. And this is the overall energy. Also, there is some healing in the heart chakra. So some of you are also healing with all these new ideas. It kind of helps your energy overall. So once again, the number 3 here, just by thinking, you're manifesting. Just by focusing on what drives you, what makes you happy, what serves your purpose is manifesting. Thinking is just as powerful, so just understand that as well. And it's also feeding your energy. It's helping your heart as well. Some of you, it's unblocking things, emotional attachments in your heart, just being in this energy. So this is a really good card. A lot to say. Sorry you heard that. I'm still recovering from being sick. I'm 80% better. I'm getting better as time goes. So sorry about that. The next card we have is discontent and boredom. So I feel like this touches upon where some of you may be harsh on yourself for not acting or doing anything physical in regards to this fertility, this birthing of a new ideas. Maybe some of you are comparing yourself to others. Please do not do that. Every journey is different. Everyone has different upbringings, different circumstances, different things that apply to their life. So please do not compare yourself with somebody else. That's just self-sabotage, okay? So work with what you have. And if you're feeling bored or discontent, try to do something to replace that feeling. Try to do something. And I'm hearing for some of you, it just may involve movement. Maybe going outside more, maybe stimulating your senses. And stop being, I don't know, for some of you, maybe some of you are stuck inside. Take a walk outside, obviously with the proper necessary things you need to be safe. But some of you I'm hearing, walk outside, interact with your environment. And it does not mean people. It could just be going to the park or being out in the sun, smelling the fresh air. We have to re-stimulate ourselves in different ways, especially when we're feeling this discontent and boredom. I think it's sometimes we also have expectations that we're supposed to be working all the time. And once again, this year we're learning to have moments of stillness. And stillness does not mean discontentment or boredom. It just means being within yourself and centering. So I feel like for some of you, it may be that you feel this way because you're not doing anything, when it's in actuality, it's not that way. We're always doing something for ourselves. You don't have to do physical labor to actually do something productive. You could just go outside and take a walk. You can do anything to stimulate your senses, maybe clean, or maybe even just sit and watch your favorite show. Whatever it is, you have to redirect that energy into something that fuels you. Even sitting down and just listening to music, it's not something that has to be extremely physical, you know? So I'm hearing for some of you have to move around, re-stimulate yourselves, stimulate your senses. And some of you, staying still doesn't mean lazy. It just means that you're taking a moment to yourself. Okay? So that's what I feel like for some of you, especially when it comes to comparing to others. So this, once again, let's not do that. But yeah, that's what I'm feeling for a portion of you, birthing new ideas, having this new renewed energy to continue moving and pursuing our manifestations and goals and all that. And then some of you, you may feel bored because you're not there yet, or you're not doing exactly everything you think you need to do. But sometimes just moments of stillness or just redirecting that energy and doing things to stimulate yourself may work and kind of remove this boredom and discontentment. Okay, the next card we have is intuition. So clearly, I don't know if any of you felt this, but I do feel like a lot of us are shifting. We're being more sensitive with our environments, energy-wise. We're sensing things. We're more sensitive. We may even feel people's emotions more. So your intuition's increasing. I think the more that we honor ourselves and we start to do things that feed into us, our intuition starts to grow more and more, because it's a part of us that's leading us to where we want to be. Sometimes it's hard to interact in society because we have so much external stimulus that we forget to focus on the inside as well. It's a balancing act. So I'm feeling that maybe connecting to your inner voice, especially when you're feeling this boredom and discontentment, maybe your inner voice, maybe your gut is going to guide you somewhere. Maybe your gut's saying, let's go outside. Maybe your gut says, instead of thinking this way, let's do this. Let's take a nap. We're tired. Whatever your inner voice is guiding you to do, I feel like it's going to guide you towards a part in your day that's going to redirect that energy. So instead of focusing on why not, why I'm not doing this, why is everything boring, let's listen to our inner voice. I feel like for many of you, your intuition will help you redirect that energy and do something that is productive for you. And the last card we have here is Firm Foundation. So this is talking about the root chakra. I feel like this all actually marries well, the cards. I feel like once again, we are birthing new ideas and we're starting to get this momentum, but I feel like for some people, they have to be active. You feel like you may need to be active all the time, and that's not the case. Sometimes sitting down and just letting things come to you works for some people. They don't have to do all these things. Sometimes doing the most could actually be counterproductive for some of you. So if you're constantly busying yourself and you are not going anywhere, maybe you need to take more breaks. Maybe taking breaks is what you need to finally be in the mindset or receive ideas or be in the current energy of where you want to go. Remember, what we're doing now is laying the foundations for 2022. We've done so much work this year, okay? Internal work, emotional work, whatever work that you had to do in terms of yourself to grow, this is going to carry a firm foundation into 2022. And we have to honor those lessons and honor those new awareness and understandings into 2022. We can't forget about that. You're not the same. So use that knowledge to help you go into the purpose, the life, whatever you want for you. You want to make 2022 a very productive year, a very helpful year, a very relaxing year. Once again, productivity does not mean physical labor at all times. It could be sitting down and doing something that stimulates you, that makes you feel calm, cool, collected, and rested. There, we have to learn the balance. We have to unpack society's ideals of what hard work is, what living life is. So we're finding that balance. So once again, firm foundations. This is something we should think about going into 2022. What do I want to start doing? How can I make a balance? How can I have a balanced life? Think about, I don't know why, for some of you, maybe that's a question that you could ask yourself over time and time again when you have moments where you feel unstable. What can I do that helps me? Because everyone's different. Be balanced. And that's the current energy. We got to take our learning, our lessons, all that knowledge, and apply it next year. And apply it now too. Let's continue applying. Consistency really does help. And once again, what works for one person will not work for the other. So find what works with you. And this is by using your intuition. Using what works for you, your gut, that inner voice will guide you. Okay, guide you out of this stagnance that some of you may feel. Okay, so that's a really good message from the tarot. So we're going to go into their bullshit oracle deck. Not bullshit, what's it called? Rebel oracle. So, okay. Spastic cards. Okay. All right, so we got some cards here. You are here for a reason. Don't fuck it up. So clearly this is spirit reminding you, hey, you did all this hard stuff this year for a fucking reason. Do not throw it away with feelings of discontentment or little doubts and fears. You did all this hard work. Don't fuck it up. Utilize it. Utilize what you learned for next year. So this is the energy. And the other side says you are loved. All of this, you did all this hard work, all these struggles you had, maybe accomplishments this year, is because you started to love yourself. So this is something you got to remind yourself. I love me. What can I do to love me? Have a balanced and beautiful life. Be happy. The next oracle card is loosen the fuck up. Control freak. Don't get laid. Don't get laid. So they're saying allow yourself to do the things you want to do. Like we mentioned, you don't have to be a worker bee all the time. You can indulge. You can have a moment where, you know what, I want to take a load off. I did all this hard work. Let me indulge. Let me reward myself. Especially if no one's rewarding you, reward yourself. You deserve it. If you have not rewarded yourself recently, do it this week. Give yourself something a little expensive. Something you can splurge on or save your money for. Like you said, you know what, I don't know if I want this or not. I'm going to have it. I'm just going to save my money. So splurge. You deserve it. This is telling you that rewards, you can reward yourself for all the hard work. And you shouldn't feel bad about it. It's always nice. The last card is drink a smoothie and unfriend that asshole. Throw some shit out. So clearly this card is really signaling for you to release the fears, the doubts, the unnecessary counterproductive habits that we have, those patterns that we're unlearning this year. Throw them the fuck out. Let's start 2022 with the amazing new coping mechanisms, new patterns, new habits that help fulfill us and serve our highest and greatest good. So if you haven't done any removal, maybe removing of old clothes and things like that, do it this year. And this year we're removing and cleaning your house. Also, I heard, I think there's certain traditions that cleaning your house is a great way to start the new year. So maybe some of you need to throw some things out. This is a good time to look into your pile of clothing. Maybe you have abundance of clothing or things that you don't really need, and give it away. There's someone else who needs it. So just understand, clean house, remove all the old, and get ready. Make space for the new. That's what I'm hearing most of. Make space for the new. Release the old. And also an emptier house, a more clean and an empty house really does set up the tone of feeling good, feeling less cluttered energy, and more spacious and more open. Is basically saying I'm ready to replace this old energy with new energy, inviting energy, abundant energy, and so on. So we want to set the tone. So this week, clear house. Okay, so that's some of the cards we got for there. And now we're going to start with our oracle, the last bit of our reading. Okay, it's a lot of good messages. Ooh, I'm loving it. So it's pretty much kind of similar to our tarot. Excuse me. This is all the same. It's basically confirming a lot of what we mentioned in tarot. So get grounded. So once again, I mentioned going outside more, that some of you need to move, stimulate your senses, go outside. Get grounded card came through. So maybe some of you are in your thoughts quite a bit, or maybe because of the holidays, there's a lot of energy around you. You need a moment to connect and just center. Going outside in nature is really helpful. Sometimes we can be into our mind too much, and this is where the boredom, the contentment, these unnecessary monkey mind thoughts come through. And that's when your inner gut is saying, let's go outside. Even though part of you doesn't want to go outside, you're like, let's go outside. We need to just like cleanse this energy. We need, because Mother Earth is very, her energy's transmuting. It transmutes a lot of energy and changes it and redirects it. So I really feel like grounding yourself this week will really help, especially for those of you feeling this discontentment and boredom. Also being around family members, I'm hearing specifically family members or environments that's just a little chaotic energies. So find a moment to center. This could also be visualizing yourself centering into Mother Earth. You don't have to go outside for that, but just take a moment and just ground. Whatever you can, crystals, whatever grounding means to you, utilize that. I feel like this has been very important to kind of keep us level-headed, especially towards the end of the year, starting to 2022. The next card we have is Leap. So once again, we're getting this vibe of taking a chance on yourself, doing the things that you know will feed you. And I think this is finally letting go of the old attachments, patterns that we felt or clung onto in 2021, and we're finally unlearning them. So this is the leap into 2022 and stepping into our power, doing the things that we feel is right for us, and no longer going back to those patterns, belief systems, and so on. So this is the current energy, and this is what we're doing. Take a leap on yourself and start to feed you. The last card we have is Anna, grandmother of Jesus. It says, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So once again, this is all part of the divine plan. This card even mentions laying foundations. So all that we learned from this year is going to set the tone for next year. And what you do in terms of balancing the time and space and care for yourself, along with the work and the things we want to do to pursue certain goals, lifestyles, and so on, we have to balance that out. And that's with a firm foundation of understanding, a firm foundation of what we want, a firm foundation of listening to our inner voice, our intuition, knowing when to do something, when not, when to reserve our energy, when not. So this is clearly what the work we're doing is setting the tone for 2022. And your guides really want you to remember all the things you learned. And once again, we're not all perfect. It's still going to take some time to get our footing right. But once again, the fact that you're trying is enough. Okay? Don't be too hard on yourself. If you need a mental break, take a mental break. This is how we learn to honor ourselves and we step more into our power. If we do things and overwork ourselves, we're literally setting a certain vibration of feeling exhausted and tired and not feeling our best. We want to feel our best so we can invite the best life to us. So we got to honor ourselves. And that means if some of you haven't been taking a break, take a break. If some of you need a clean house, clean house. If some of you need to indulge, you haven't bought yourself a gift yet, buy yourself a nice gift. Do the things that feed into you. It's not always work, work, work. There's play involved. Work, play, rest. See that? You see what I did there? So work, play, and rest. So that's overall the collective reading for this week. I hope all of you are having a great time. And if not, it's okay. Sometimes the holidays can be rough, but do something that feeds you. Remember, you do not have to feel a certain way all the time. You don't have to be a certain way. Just allow yourself to be and do things that stimulate you and bring you happiness. But yeah, that's overall the message. Remember, drink a lot of water, ground yourself, and I see you in the next one. Bye.